Hello, everybody. Today we're at Shannon, Ireland, at Echo India November, and we're going to fly VFR down to Cork International, which is Echo India Charlie Kilo, and we're also going to swing over to Kerry, Kerry, and take a look at the scenery on the way there. So we're flying the Cessna Stationair, and we got the nice red livery today, and we're single pilot today. So let's go ahead and get on the active. Already done the run-up and the checklist. So the only thing we have to do yet is we'll stop here on the center line and pick up our heading. There we go. Let's go ahead and we'll put that right about right about there. That's good. And we'll make sure that our altimeter is set and our directional gyros match, which they do. We've got electrical pressure, fuel, and temperatures all looking good. So let's go ahead and roll. So a little look at Shannon, Ireland Airport. Nothing special.
Cessna 8 Lima Sierra, continue for west departure.
I don't think there's not been any kind of updates for this particular airport generically. I think there might be a add-on that you can get for it. All right, so we're climbing up to 1,200 feet. So what we'll do is let's go ahead and put our autopilot on, click our altitude, and she should lock in here. Let's double check it, make sure. Sometimes this one doesn't lock in.
Cessna 8 Lima Sierra, acknowledge last transmission.
I guess we're going to play this game with ATC, so let me see if I can get
Shannon Tower Cessna November 5
auto answered, even though I don't have anybody with me.
Shannon approach Cessna November 528 Lima Sierra is type Cessna Stationair 2 miles southwest of Shannon, 1,300 feet. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace. Cessna November 528 Lima Sierra Shannon approach. Squawk 5066. Squawk 5066 Cessna 8 Lima Sierra. Cessna 8 Lima Sierra radar contact 3 miles
Good water
southwest
texture.
of Shannon, 1,300 feet. Cleared through the Charlie airspace. Cleared through the Charlie airspace Cessna 8 Lima Sierra.
So I've got the nav selected on the GPS, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bump our altitude up just a little bit. So let's go up at about 500 feet per minute, and that way we can kind of keep at least a decent airspeed while we climb. Nice looking terrain. Good scenery. England looks pretty good. I've not flown a lot in Ireland. I did some flights out of Dublin with airliners, but nothing low altitude to check out the scenery. So it looks pretty good. So Scotland looks good. Ireland looks good. England looks good. And so today we're on live feed, so we welcome anybody on the live feed today with us. And when I checked weather today over Kent, there's some a possibility of icing, so we're going to try to stay below that, but it was only over Kent. There's not too many other places that I found it. So we'll keep an eye on that. And as you can see, the turbulence is pretty good today. She's kicking us around pretty good, and we've got high clouds, so more than likely that's the reason why. So we're leaving 3,000, and I think I'll probably round out at 3,500. So here we go. We're almost at 3.5, and we'll hit altitude hold there. Let's see if she takes it. For some reason the stationary, the autopilot is off sometimes. You have to click it twice on altitude hold, so you can see already she finally locked the altitude, but we're about 200 feet up from where we want to be, so we're going to go back and we're going to come down. Right about, and I might just double click it and see what happens, because seems to be a common problem with this particular plane that I have here. So we're at 600. You can see what the turbulence is doing to the vertical airspeed indicator. It's bouncing it up and down pretty good. So let me dial in just a little bit more. There we go. Force it down just a little bit. And we'll kick it right there. Let's see what she does. So I double clicked it. She leveled out, but we're getting hit with updrafts and downdrafts, so no big deal. No biggie. Good grief. That's some pretty good downdrafts and updrafts there. Wouldn't want to be a passenger sitting in the back seat today, that's for sure.
Cessna 8 Lima Sierra, you're leaving my airspace radar service. Terminated squawk 7000. Frequency change approved.
Squawk 7000. Frequency change approved Cessna 8 Lima Sierra. Shannon Center Cessna November 528 Lima Sierra is type Cessna stationary 6 miles northeast of Echo India Alpha Echo 2,700 feet. Request flight following.
Cessna November 528 Lima Sierra Shannon Center. Squawk tree 716.
Squawk tree 716 Cessna 8 Lima Sierra.
Come back on the
Cessna
power
8
here
Lima
just a
Sierra
little
radar
bit.
contact 5 miles northeast of Echo India Alpha Echo 2,500 feet. Altimeter 29.902.
Roger Cessna 8 Lima Sierra.
So we got about 24 minutes left before we hit Kent. And then we'll make a heading change to Cork International, which I've never been to before. But this is pretty cool scenery. I like it. Look at the elevation changes down there. Pretty good sized little community down there. It's kind of spread out, but kind of typical in Ireland. Shadow looks kind of weird down there on the ground. It looks like almost like two planes are in the same shadow at times. It's kind of strange.
Shannon Center Cessna November 528 Lima Sierra. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Cessna November 528 Lima Sierra Shannon Center. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
So
Cleared
we're
through
going to have
Charlie
to gain
airspace,
some
Cessna
altitude
8
here,
Lima
of
Sierra.
course. Bring up the map right quick. Let's check our course. We should be pretty close. Yep, we're right on it. That's good. We'll change our scale. So there's 50 miles. There's 35. So we're coming up to Kent. And let's see if we can get weather. Let me dial into them. Keeps always wants to give me the radio. There we go. So we don't have any weather for them, which is okay. I mean, we're kind of clear blue in 22, so. But I thought it was very interesting that they had icing conditions in my weather report that I got before I took off. And didn't have any icing probability at Cork. Could have something to do with these mountains. Now what we can do is, not sure if we can get close enough to see it, but let's see. So there's the outside temperature. And it looks like it's about, at this altitude, about 40, 45 degrees. So it's not that cold. Okay, so let's go ahead. At 4,000, we'll go ahead and double click the altimeter or the altitude hold. See if she'll set in. There we go. Boom, boom. Okay, looks like she's coming down. Shell reached a little bit.
Cessna 8 Lima Sierra contact Shannon Center on 127.5. Good day.
127.5 Cessna 8 Lima Sierra. Goodbye. Shannon Center Cessna November 528 Lima Sierra 3,900 feet.
Cessna November 528 Lima Sierra Shannon Center altimeter 29.9er 2 radar contact. Continue.
Such a nice plane to fly. I love flying this plane. She's heavy, but it does fly really nice. And of course I like having autopilot because it gives you the opportunity to look around.
This is 779er descent and maintain flight level tree 60.
Interesting looking mountains out there. And a big, huge wind farm about 4 o'clock off the plain. Quite a few of them sitting up there. And this is the airport, Kent. We're not going to stop here.
This is 779er descent and maintain flight level tree 60.
We've got it set as a waypoint. And we'll check our heading through our log. So we'll bring up our log. And our next heading is going to be 121 degrees. Estimated time will be about 28 minutes to Cork International.
This is 779er descent and maintain flight level tree 60.
Nice airport down there. Looks nice. I've not been down there, so I've never landed there. You got one runway there that's closed off, which obviously they're using as a taxiway and an apron. And we're starting to turn. So we should turn about 121.
This is 779er descent and maintain flight level tree 60.
Really bouncy. So we're getting 500, 600, almost 700 foot per minute drops
This is 779er
on
descent and
downdrafts.
maintain flight level tree 60.
We're still in a downdraft. And let's see if we lost our altitude lock. Not sure
This is
what's going on
779er
here.
descent and maintain flight level tree 60. Descend and maintain flight level tree 60 Vista 779er.
Well, it looks like I finally got her to lock in. So we're sitting about 2,400. I'll take it.
This is
And
779er
let's see.
descent and
Let's
maintain
check
flight
our
level tree
P.dot heat.
60.
Our P.dot heat is on. And hot air entry. We'll pull that. So temperatures, pressures, electrical, and fuel is all good. Everything's
This
in the
is
green.
779er descent and maintain flight level tree 60.
And she's tracking right on the GPS.
This is 779er descent and maintain flight level tree 60.
And I got a frequency of Cork International VOR at 114.6. But right now, I don't think we're going to have to put it in there because she's holding the course line pretty good considering the winds. Really getting bounced around. Good grief. Would not be a comfortable day flying, I don't think. Let's bring up the map and look at the topo side of things. Okay, so we got a nice chunky hill right here, which will be off our right side on our path. So I'm looking forward to this week.
This is
Supposedly
779er
the
descent and maintain flight level tree 60.
Microsoft 15 is coming out. Got all these random things that they said they fixed, and I think I'll wait until I download it to see, because to be honest with you, I'm not too convinced that they are going to be able to do what they said they're going to do. We'll see. I've seen an awful lot of bad reports on the beta testers who have been flying it all along, and I don't know. I don't get a warm and fuzzy feeling right now that it's going to do what they say it's going to do. And of course, the bad thing is, this is the last update for us until next year. So when we get this weekend, whatever, we're stuck with it. No matter how bad it is, it might be really good. It might be that they're fixing everything they said they were going to, which would be outstanding, but I'm going to have to wait and see. But if it's not good and it's even worse, that's just gonna suck. I'd really like to see them get rid of this issue with the avionics, GPS, glass cockpits, turning off in flight, not booting up when you do a fresh reboot. Some of my ticking has kind of slowed down, but I think that's because I'm deleting my cache pretty much once a day. That seems to have taken care of a problem. I also come up with my own fix for my cursor issue, which if you're not aware of it, I could do a fresh reboot, and when I get to the world map to try to pick where I want to go, my cursor won't move, it's frozen, so I can't select anything off of that window. So I have to reboot again. Sometimes it takes 5-6 attempts to get it to boot up where I've got control of my cursor at the world map. So I did come up with my own solution that so far is working. Well, let me put it this way. I know ahead of time now whether to go on with the complete reboot. I know at a certain point, if I don't have control of the mouse on the screen, just go ahead and reboot it. Just before you have to go through all that stuff, I just go ahead and hit reboot. And it seems like that works. So we'll see how that works. I think one of the biggest complaints I'm seeing, what I'm reading, what I'm seeing on YouTube is the terrain. Not merging right. In other words, you got green fields down there, and then all of a sudden they're just brown. Everything's brown, or everything's tan, or everything's cream colored. It shouldn't be that way. What you're seeing right now is what you should be seeing. And I have ran into that in certain locations where the terrain is just completely off.
Resume on navigation. Contact Shannon Center on 131.15. Good day.
Going to 131.15 Cessna 8 Lima Sierra.
As you can see right
Shannon
now,
Center Cessna
the
November
rendering
528 Lima Sierra
is
2,400 feet.
almost hard to see. It's that fast right now. I mean, you're not seeing things underneath you rendering. It's already done, which is, I have to give kudos to somebody, because for a long time when I was flying, I mean, I had stuff underneath me rendering as I was going by it. And it's kind of hard to stay immersed in a flight when you got terrain just looking like crap. But as you can see today, it's smooth. Everything is pretty much rendered all way out as far as you can see. So that's a good thing.
Contact Cork approach on 118.8. Good day.
118.8
So let's see how
Cessna
far
8
we
Lima
got to go.
Sierra.
So we
Goodbye.
got 9 minutes.
Cork approach Cessna November 528 Lima Sierra 2,400 feet.
Cessna November 528 Lima Sierra Cork approach altimeter 29.92 radar contact continue.
Alrighty. So we got about 8 minutes, 8.5 minutes. We're 20 miles out. And our temperatures, pressure, electrical, and fuel is fine. And if you've noticed, I've left my prop in today because I was kind of going for speed, so I'm sure my engine doesn't like me right now. Normally I would go ahead and start cycling my prop back right after takeoff a little bit, and then once I get in cruise I'll bring her back to a nice MP. So we're right on the yellow line, so I'm good with it. Good grief, it is really bouncy. My goodness.
Cork approach Cessna November 528 Lima Sierra. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Cessna November 528 Lima Sierra Cork approach. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
Cleared through Charlie airspace Cessna 8 Lima Sierra.
And I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and give Cork a call. Get on their books.
Cork Tower
There we
Cessna
go.
November 528 Lima Sierra is 16 miles northwest, 2,500 feet with whiskey to land.
Cessna November 528 Lima Sierra Cork Tower. Altimeter 29.9er, wind 273 at 6. Fly left traffic runway tree 4.
Fly left downwind runway tree 4, Cessna 8 Lima Sierra.
All right, we can do that. Sometimes it's good to fly in some slightly adverse weather, which would be some pretty severe turbulence going on here, because it is. And of course, if you didn't have your autopilot on, you're going to be working a little harder to stay on track, stay on your the course line. But with autopilot, if you got it, use it. Meanwhile, you can sit back and do all your calculations. You can actually hear the wind pitching, sounds changing when the airplane goes violent. It's amazing. That's amazing. It really is rough up here. I can't wait to see what the wind is going to look like. All right, let's go ahead and start coming down. So the nav hold has worked very well today, I have to admit. To be getting beaten around like this and to be able to hold the course line is good. You know those servos have been working hard. So the terrain looks good. I'm really pleased with it. It does look good. Even for this part of Ireland. Okay, so we're going to unleash the altitude hold. We're going to unleash the nav mode, and we're going to turn the autopilot off, and we'll go ahead and start setting up some trim. And 1 notch of flaps. So we got a good parallel course going on here. And we won't extend downwind too
Cessna 8
long. We'll
Lima
make
Sierra,
a,
wind 273 at 6. Clear to land runway tree 4.
Clear to land runway tree 4 Cessna 8 Lima Sierra.
sounds good. Yeah, we'll make a short base here and just do almost a 180 back to the airport here. And there we go. Now she's heavy, so she likes to drop pretty fast on you. So you gotta watch your power. And we got a little bit of a crosswind going on here. So we're high. but we got lots of runway. I never did see any red lights. All right, that'll work. Just slow her down here a little bit more. Ooh. Lot of wind. Windsock didn't look that bad, but geez, quite a bit of wind here.
Cessna 8 Lima Sierra, turn next taxiway.
Yes, sir. Wonder if we can get any services from them. We'll have to check that out. They want me to come in this way or this way? I think we'll come in this way. They don't have a marshal, so what the heck? That'll work. Parking brake on. And let's just see if we can maybe get gas. That would be nice. Ground services. No. I gotta go get my own gas. Alright, that'll work. So, we'll pull this puppy off. Turn this down. Switchology. All of them. Beacon lights. Nav lights. Pitot heat. Master avionics. Definitely the mags. This one's a little hairy sometimes. There it goes. And we'll switch our battery off. And we'll open up the Z door. Which it looks like outside. Oh yeah, she's cool looking. Very nice. Very nice. It's a fun airplane to fly. Okay, so anyway, that was our flight today from Shannon, Ireland to Kerry and then over to Cork International. That's where we're at right now. I hope you enjoyed the flight, and we'll talk to y'all later.